So when you take the 7th house, after you've had the position or you've got authority, you've done a job, you've accomplished something, you have a certain status or lack of status, you develop a certain understanding around that status, a certain justification around it. That understanding of whether you're good, bad, what's right, what's not right, that comprehension of your position, positively or negatively, will determine how many people will respond and the resources of others, how many people will align with you or who would align with you, how much money they're going to put in with you, and if they're going to react, if you're going to relate to you. So you're understanding 9th house, your social conscience or your trust in the 8th house, and its partners you have in the 7th house. Many people that you get based on the position you're born in life or the status you have, you understand that you want to get someone, you don't want to be with a rich or poor person, or you do, and it determines who you attract. So the midheaven, you're responding to your social position and suggesting who's coming into personal relationships to in your life, in business and personally. But really, this is the interactions with people in the sensation quadrant. But what's happening, your reactions to people, when they're positive, it's easy to keep working. But as soon as it goes negative, as soon as it goes negative, like you see Trump, when he had everybody working, he had a team of people reacting to him, and he got a positive response. He became the president. But once he's in there, there's more and more people not agreeing with his understanding, questioning what he's doing, and he's getting a lot more flack around him. So he's not getting as much feedback. The feedback, he's weak on getting the feedback that he needs. He's strong on using his power, his sun's up high, but he's weak on getting the response from people, weak on getting good advisors and stuff, or tolerating them. So the 7th house is how you, even this 10th house to the 7th is how you're responding to people and working with people, interacting with people in a social, functional way. But the descendant is your sensitivity. It's the point of sensitivity to how you're responding to other people. So a problem can come up in the 8th house, 9th house, and it can affect the who's paying for what, this problem's here, we have to take care of this. All these things can be positive or negative, but as long as you're dealing with it sort of practically or matter of fact, you're sensitive to both sides and you figure out a compromise. That's in the sensational half. But as soon as you take something personally, you're taking it more personal than the objective world is. It's objectively you're interacting, you fix things objectively. You have a relationship that's not working, you talk about it, why isn't it working? Well, it's not working because of this, okay, we'll adjust it. That's functional relationships. But as soon as somebody takes it personally, you like me, you give me good feedback, great. Bad feedback, oh gee. That point on where you're taking in the reaction of other people and it's becoming personal to you. They liked me, so I feel really good. They didn't like me, how can I perform? So your sense, the reaction changes the objective sensation to others into personal reactions. I don't fit in, I'm not good enough, I have to improve this, I have to make it better. If you have bad breath, nobody likes you, sooner or later you're going to have to fix your health. That's the 6th house. And improve it. So whenever you get bad feedback, you're having to react, take it personally. And usually when you take it personally, your feelings get hurt and you have to take it down to your motivation and feel it deeply until you figure out a new way of projecting it and coming out, getting together and putting it out. But it's positive. A kid that's studying and you give them applause, they like what they do. They'll do way better if a teacher likes a kid. A student is liked by the teacher, they'll excel. If the student isn't liked by the teacher, they're abused. They're not going to get good feedback. They're not going to be encouraged. They're not going to feel good about themselves. It'll affect their motivation and their intuition, and they'll come thinking about worries, projecting worries as they come into a class and feeling inhibited and not getting good feedback in their participation, and then they got personal feelings that they have to disassociate with to go in. Sometimes those disassociative feelings can be the key to being really creative. Sometimes, so there's 12 different attitudes by which you take you're impressed. Like the ascendant is what you project out. You're conscious of yourself putting something out. The descendants, why did they do that to me? How come they didn't like it? How they responded? Why would somebody talk to someone else and say something different? What you're taking it personally, and it's becoming a feeling issue. As soon as it becomes a feeling issue, it's not objective anymore. You're festering on it, you're going on it, and you can transform it. Then you have to adjust that, fix your performance, fix your health, and then learn how to perform better, learn how to play better, and then you can get more secure. And as you're feeling more secure about your performance, 4th, 5th, 6th house, you get better motivated. But if you have your performance and you're not getting good feedback, you're getting poor performance, what kind of motivation are you going to have? This is the whole completion of the circle. So when you're responding, if you have daylighted increasing signs there, you're going to have your own independent take, a response on things. You're going to be assuming, even though somebody could say something, we're all doing this, you're going to say, well, what do I have to do? Or how am I going to respond? They did that. What am I going to do? It's still going to be a personal response, and you're going to act personally in responding to others people's feedback. If the nighttime, the darkness is increasing, you're going to be tending to let other people determine how you should feel a little bit more. When you're reacting to it and trying to fight for your own feeling and push your response, the other is you're taking it in and being a little bit more reflective and taking it more personally. It's going more into the feeling side. So we're doing this every day. At every moment, we have these factors going. So if you're trying to study something and the teacher's encouraging, boy, it makes it easy. If you're trying to study something and you're not getting any feedback, that's difficult. If you're trying to understand something, you're trying to learn how to do something, and you're getting negative put downs, it becomes almost impossible to stay there. It becomes a personal complex because you're being bullied or ostracized from the norm. Of course, if you're coming from a poor place, you're not dressed as well as everyone else, you're going to be stigmatized and you're not going to feel you fit in anyway. So this feeling of how you fit in, or how great you feel in, or how everybody loves your attention, you feel confident, you show everybody you know how to get the attention of other people. A guitarist, a clown knows how to work the audience. They know how to get the feelings from the others. They know how to perform to get that feeling. So they get the sensations to their performance. They project their performance. They put out the side clown. They know people are going to react to it. And then they make something funny happen and it gets everybody feeling and laughing. They know how to manipulate that. They have a sense of how to work with feelings. Hi, honey. Wasn't that good for you? You never tell a partner that your last wife or husband was better. You have to say, yes, you were good. If you say, no, that was terrible. Oh, boy. Like, hi, honey, was it good for you? Hey, mom, look at me. You get attention. They don't get attention. How do you feel about yourself? Feeling means how do you feel about how other people are responding to you, and the whole result of where you fit in, how you fit in, that's your feeling. Your intuition of what you intuit, you have to project out. But this feeling quadrant goes from the descendant, from the reacting to others, to how you take it personally, deep within your own, how it affects your motivation. So you might be a smoker. So I never even said saying you shouldn't be smoking, it's bad for your health. And you may listen or not listen. But if you don't listen and you take a disassociated feeling and I'm not going to do that, and you get a negative motivation, you're projecting out, you're still doing it, other people start thinking less of you because you haven't changed your habit. And it will affect your status and position. So, but on a personal, loving way, you project out, you're thinking, I met someone that was so cool. I got to be a place where we're relating to each other. And then you get personal support. They smile back at you or they don't. Wow. You always know when someone, you can always feel if someone likes you or wants to be with you or not. But sometimes someone doesn't want to be with you and you still feel that they should. And you project out that they should, and it becomes really complicated. But the feeling, this is an invisible point, the point where it becomes out of the social object, out of the functional, practical, matter-of-fact world around us. You take it personally and you have feelings about this feels better, this feels worse. And this is a valid process. But the descendant, the sign there shows you the attitude of how you respond. So if it's daylight is greater, you respond independently. You respond about independent things. When it's nighttime is greater, or the darkness is greater, you're going to be responding to the consensus or the group or the team. You're not going to project it, you're going to take it in more. So one place you can challenge someone or give someone feedback and they'll jump up and do more. Another place someone will go in and pull themselves away and oh boy, I hurt their feelings, they went right in. It still can be a good influence, but often it's builds up the sadness or neuroses of not feeling okay, and that affects, if I don't feel okay, who am I? What's my motive? How am I going to hold this together? That's the IC, not a rational thing. Sleep on it. Again, if your descendant is in a masculine sign, you're going to project the reaction out. You're responding to people, but it'll happen, and you'll project and be more dynamic around it. Either project back or do something because of it. You're more inclined to act on it. If it's the feminine sign there, you're more inclined to take it in and reflect on it a little bit before you project. And you may, if it's reflective here, on the descendant, it's also reflective on the If it's feminine on the descendant, it's going to be feminine on the IC. So you have a mutual justification for holding things in or being a little reserved or shy.